Alright guys, Dragnell here, and we're back with more Doom Eternal. We are moving on to the 9th mission, Terrace Nabad. With the death of her priests, the blood ritual has been broken. The Khan Maker, desperate for a way to consume Earth, is attempting to resurrect the Icon of Sin under her command. Only the Slayer's Crucible Blade can stop the Icon. To retrieve it, you must journey back into your past, to the city of Terrace Nabad, where your legend began. Alright. Acquire 6 Codex entries, use the Ice Bomb to freeze 10 demons, perform 3 different glory kills on pain elementals. We're gonna try and get that one done, but that one's a little tricky.
Your crucible is still embedded in the Titan that attacked this Sentinel city. Your first battle against the demons in this world, where the legend of the Slayer began.
Alright. Alright. So. Terrace Nabad. The city of Terrace Nabad was the crown jewel of Argent Dinar. For centuries, it served as the spiritual heart of Argent society, home to both the royal family and the center of political power. No expense was spared in the building of the city, with bold, colonnaded architecture and towering monuments to gods and kings resplendent on every avenue. Rural Argenta flocked to Terrace Nabad on pilgrimage to the Maker temples. The city was ground zero of a massive demonic invasion attempt, and although the invasion was thwarted, the attack changed Argenta society forever. Alright, so, one hell of a way. Alright, so we've got to be quick with this. So, relatively quick. Yeah, immediately get a Marauder. Take care of this fucker real quick. Alright, but before we do anything, yeah, I know you see it. Jump down here, right through the wall. Even though we don't need the Sentinel batteries anymore, we're still going to collect them because we do everything here. So let's go. Yep. BFG Division from Doom 2016. Alright, Predator Suit Point. We have 4 points. Let's do something with it. Damaging and killing frozen enemies will drop health. Let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll get that one next. And then after that, it's just increasing damage against a frozen enemy. There's nothing over here, so you just go down. Alright. Yeah. We're about to meet the Archvile. I remembered as soon as I walked in here. And he's always starts in one spot. Yep. See? He's he's spawning in stuff. Hang on. That motherfucker's over here. No, he's over there. Alright, let's go kill him. Yeah, they're not fun to kill. I don't know how many I freaking lost trying to kill that damn Archvile. Alright, I think we have... Yeah. Archvile. Forged from Hellfire, the Archvile is feared among lesser demons for its innate ability to channel and manipulate the unholy powers of hell magic. Descended from the eldest race of demons, the Archvile has long held a place within the ruling caste of highborn demon kind. Possessing superior intellect among the demon ranks, the Archvile's psychomancy powers make it a natural-born ruler of the savage and primitive beasts of hell, capable of bending weak-minded underlings to serve its will. So there's a few things we gotta do here. First, is... Let's open this first, hang on. There we go. I might have to come back to this with BFG ammo. No, I can do it. I can do it. I just gotta be faster. Got it. Alright. I thought I was gonna have to need the PFG. But this is a mastery token. It lets you pick a mod and basically master it, bypass the mastery challenge. So first one we're gonna do, I'm thinking we're gonna do the full auto for the combat shotgun. Alright. So there's one thing we gotta do. We gotta come up here. Yeah, right here. And then we come over here. See it? And then we come down here. We got a sentinel battery. But now we gotta do something. We gotta come up here, hit the back of the statue, and be out on a Doom Hunter. You can shoot its tank and do a lot of damage to it and get it off relatively quickly. That's how I was able to get it off of its tank so quickly. Is it? Yeah. Wait. Yeah, okay. Alright, we shoot. That. Yep. We go down. Come in here. Wait a minute, we're forgetting the auto map. 1 second. Alright, it's up here. It's right here. We almost forgot the auto map, guys. Can't be doing that. Alright, now we can continue.
It is written, your hatred for the demons gave the people of Argent a new home, as it does now on Earth.
Alright. Codex. Part 10 of the history of the Sentinels. With the coming of the Slayer, the Night Sentinels took the campaign deeper into the heartland of the demons than never before. Mighty Atlans were brought forth, tearing paths through the hordes of hell alongside the Slayer and his army. The High Priests, under the guidance of the Mother God, had found means to gain entry to the innermost regions of the demon world, and with the Dag's presence, new gates could be opened. Our war machines were unstoppable, wrought with maker technology, enhanced by the very essence our enemies hurled against us as our armies drove deeper and deeper into the blood-drenched territory of the demons. Countless victories were assured with the power of the Slayer, for with the Alpha and Interfector at the forge of our pack, we brought certain doom to our foes. And though our hearts were pure and our purpose righteous, unbeknownst to the fighters of Argenta, in our wake and under the veil of secrecy, the Mother God had set her priests to build vast factories upon the heathen's land that she might gather the essence for further development. How this deception began we would not know, for our focus remained on the hordes of the underworld. Why then would we stoop so low as to consider our mother god of betraying our covenant? The Khan Maker did not seem at ease with the unforeseen rise of our slayer, and the seraphim who birthed the destroyer in secret soon vanished from Urdak, perhaps exiled for his heresy. Our legions rose unfettered under the unquenchable rage of the Doomslayer, and his design led the Khan Maker to find profit in his endorsement. It soon became known that the Slayer was the Maker's god machine, a holy relic reborn, sent to bring the Maker's word to the wicked and to smite those who would seek to harm all who followed the path to Urdak. With the Slayer unwittingly cleaving a path for her, the Mother God siphoned the essence, processing it beyond our knowledge into the fuel that would come to be known as Argent Energy. The Slayer cared not for polity. He took no interest in the workings of our people, but set his task only on his desire, the destruction of the demons in their world. He no longer spoke for reasons unknown, though it was understood that he still possessed the ability, offering only guttural hefts of anger as he inflicted pain upon his enemies. For years he marched with the Night Sentinel through the fires of the Demonlands, and every return to our homeworld found much changed in Argent Denur. Should any blame be apportioned to the Sentinels, it is this. In our fervor we were negligent of our people, and did not see the rising tide of evil our crusade empowered. We knew only the enemy laid before us, and the wealth of Argenta at our backs, and did not pause to seek the cost and method of this progress. Alright, so there's a secret there. To open it, see the glowing green behind it? Put in statue. It opens this up. Wait. No. It turns that on. This. Which then, yeah, opens that up. And I believe you get the Mancubus toy. No. It's a toy, but I think it's... I'm not sure which one it is. Oh, I was right. It is a Mancubus, but it's the Cyber Mancubus. The divinity machine.
We must move. Quickly. There are those who would seek to stop me. I offer you a gift. Take it. It will give you strength. Help you on your journey. And now, they will fear you.
Alright, and that is how he became who he is. Alright. Extra life. Codex entry. The divinity machine. Within the infinite conscious matrix of the all-seeing maker God mind, there exists every potentiality, every predictive variable of possible future timeline, each one known to the maker collective with omniscient, inextricable clarity. The God mind surveys these timelines, watching them form and expand exponentially like fractal patterns in the fabric of existence. Among these infinite possibilities, only one constant appears among them, unchanged by the flowing data of endless variability. That of the prophesied destroyer, the one who would bring about the destruction of the makers. Alright, so I believe... yeah, that's everything in here. Alright. have 1 health. Jesus Christ. Alright, there we go. Alright. Alright, so I believe the trick to this there's a BFG cell up here, hang on. I believe the trick to this is you punch this. Yeah, we got it. Alright, this is the area with the Slayer gate, so hang on. Yeah, there's the Slayer key. There's the Slayer gate. It's the last one that we need to get the Unmaker. And I'll show you here in a minute. The Slayer gate. That's right. That's right. Sorry, I'm... That's right, up. You shoot that. It opens up the gate. And you lower more water. Punch. And then you come up and you shoot that one. So you come around here. We do not continue that way yet. We're gonna go this way. And get the Slayer key. And then come up here and do the Slayer gate. This is the last one we need to get the Unmaker. Alright. So with the tyrants, until I get the crucible, I tend to use rockets. There we go. Whew. All right. Where'd he go? Alright. Archvile sulks in this room. That's a glitch, okay. Alright. There's a reason I saved ammo. But I still need some. So I don't like using the ballista against him. So, secret gold skull, secret encounter, power up mode, overdrive, cheat code. Yes, secret encounter. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it end. I need to not use the BFG because you can't. Essentially, you cannot use the BFG against him. Yeah. Got him. Alright, so that gets rid of that. That one can be a little tricky if you don't have the ammo for it. And I tend to not have the ammo for it. So it takes me a few tries. Alright. So we've gotten everything there. Alright, time to go up. Alright. Sentinel battery and a codex. Part 11 on the story of the Sentinels. Yet as the Slayer and Night Sentinels battled the demonic host, their failure to act outside the confines of their duty allowed the rancor of the Essence to grip the Argenta. It was on a mission deep within the boiling seas of the Netherrealm, where the Order of the Six reside, that a company of Night Sentinels learned of the Conmaker's true dealings with the callous beasts. By Maker design, it was kept secret from the Sentinels and Argent people alike that the essence we had grown so reliant on during this war was comprised of the very spirit of our brothers and sisters who'd fallen to these vile creatures. The truth had been uncovered, that all beings who found their end by the demonic cord would become a vassal of the hellscape, their flesh and time twisted into the very demons we fight, their souls extracted to create the essence that powers their world and ours. The victims were the enemy, and the enemy would become us. The soldiers stood in awe at the base of a factory dedicated to such action, a place where the bodies of the slain were sorted and processed, tortured for the meal to have their souls extracted through sinister magic. Enormous vats of pain and suffering, ethereal energy, the haunting sounds of lost souls awash in an eternity of servitude, transformed into energy to power our struggle against a dark realm and its malice. But worse than this grim reality was the discovery of the machinery which was used to enact the vile process our fallen had been subjected to. For it was not by hoof and claw that this blasphemous technology had come to pass, but by the hand of the Argenta guided by the Mother God's desires. We had fallen deep within the grasp of the enemy. What we had fought against would not reveal itself to be true, as without countenance we could hold no sway over the Argenta populace. Regardless, the honor of the Night Sentinels would have to hold up the verity of these claims, and the Mother God could be our divinity no more. In secret corridors and clandestine conference, the Night Sentinels would find those amongst them who similarly distrusted the essence and had foretold the swelling corruption. Once the truth could be shared, the skeptics became members of the Sentinel insurrection, and the breach between holy and unholy Argenta began to grow. Alright. Alright. Sorry, I'm just getting adjusted real fast. Alright. So there we go. But before we go up there, we need to come over here. There's a soup token. There's a soup point. Speaking of, we have 8 weapon points. So let's get the remote detonate. Go Go ahead and get that up. And then the energy shield. But we don't have enough suit points to do anything. And there's a secret right here. The Marauder toy. I wish these toys were real, man. I'd buy them all. Alright. So now we can come over here. We jump here. And then, yeah. Here we go. Alright. Yep. Marauder. Alright, here we go. Alright, up we go. There's some health. And that's about it for here. Yeah, that's it. Just an arena. Alright, round we go.
The world of Argent has fallen. Divided. The demonic energy flows now to
Extra life.
and the society
Alright.
has been replaced by a corrupted world under Maker. It did not end this
Oh, I haven't seen that one before. Oh, that was brutal. Yeah, no, that was legit my first time seeing that glory kill. Ooh, that had to hurt. I am so sorry, Pain Elemental. Alright, just make sure I got everything. Alright, looks like it. Alright. Alright, yep, we go this way. Alright, so health. Nothing here, but alright. green elemental van. Okay, I just saw a Cacodemon. Alright, point, soup point. Oh, I did see a Cacodemon. Alright, just making sure I got everything. Yep, I did. Alright. We have enough soup points now, so let's use them. Alright, we're gonna finish frag grenade. And then we just got an ice bomb upgrade. Alright. So we come down here. Part 12 of the history of the Sentinels. The truth could not be denied. The unholy spires raised in the barren lands functioned by blessing of maker machinery. The Khan had betrayed Argent Danur and had made concert with the demons to harvest their essence, in return granting them access to all the worlds under her influence. A symbiotic relationship had formed, and darkness now had been balanced by light, for where there was heaven, so there would be a hell. The followers would be granted passage to Urdak, and the sinners would fall into the fiery pits of the Dark Realm. This word would be spread from all cultures and all worlds and in all places. We were not without blame, for it was our people, the priests and sentinel engineers, who'd laid the work in place. Argenta's slaves had built the dark factories, and our own ancient wraith energy helped purify Hell's elixir into the miracle fuel that now powered the Maker's world and our own. The Night Sentinels spoke of the evil brought by the essence, and carried their word to all who would listen. We had helped to create this new dichotomy, and so it must be for the Argenta to stop the spread of this pestilence, this new phase of existence, the dark and the light. If not for us, then for the innocent whose worlds have yet to fall under the spell of the Maker God and her unseen allies in the Hell dimension. Even when the Night Sentinels returned from the demonic realm with tales of slave factories that damned the souls of the innocent, the indoctrinated masses of Argent Danur took no quarrel with the Makers. They were indebted to the demon essence, the ministers deliberating but finding no basis for change. The messengers were cast down for daring to speak against those who have gifted us so much, our gods. The Makers, in their infinite wisdom, would see fit that the faithful continue life anew in Urdak. They feared the wrath of the Mother God. A lifetime of servitude would not be undone by this insurrection. This was simply another trial, a test of faith to identify those that were truly worthy to experience life eternal in Urdak. The Argenta would not waver in their resolve. The Night Sentinels prepared for war once again, though this battle meant drawing the blood of their own brothers. Our army had seen the work of the demons firsthand and knew its evil. They had returned to the way of the wraiths, and though their armament was diminished without the essence, it remained pure and righteous. Division amongst the Argenta had occurred, one side standing in opposition to the doctrine of the Makers, the other locked in belief. The Ascendant Empire was comprised of the faithful and misled, wielding the desecrated energies of hell, the power of the Makers, and marauders who had sided with the Khan. The Night Sentinels were bolstered by the free people of Argenta and the mightiest of all killers, the Slayer himself. Plans and tactics were drawn. The Sentinels would close the Argent energy factories in Necrovol, that which fed the world of Urdak directly with its supply of fresh essence. They would stop the flow. The slumbering wraiths would wake from their sleep and give Argent Danur courage. Alright, so I don't think I have any more rank for, like, initial mods to get. Yeah, no, I don't. So we'll continue and just go until we have weapon points to get. Alright, so I kind of want to get this and finish that off. And then we just have Loop Magnet, which is being able to pull resources in from further away. Alright, there's nothing below me. I fucked up. Alright, so there is an extra life. There's nothing this way. Well, there's some bullets, but that's about it. Alright, so shoot that to open it up. Alright. Doesn't look like I've missed anything so far. That's where I came in. It doesn't look like I've missed anything so far. Okay. All right. Part 13. And there's one more. For years, the Civil War raged and took its toll on the soldiers as their armor lay stained with the blood of their brothers on a cursed battlefield. Finally, an opportunity to end the war had been discovered by the Order Daig and the Night Sentinels. With the Slayer at the head of their army, they gathered to traverse through the gate and sunder Neckervol, the city of the dead. The Order of the Daig, the high priest who had pledged their allegiance long ago to the Night Sentinels, worked in service of our mission. Those holy priests who had served the Argenta since time immemorial assured us that the way was clear. A plan was set to march into the accursed walls of Neckervol and smite the factory, cutting off the flow of essence to Urdak and denying the con maker of her prize. Our forces took spear in hand and advanced, and it is there that the venom of treachery struck. Upon entry through the hell portal, the Night Sentinels were scattered to the winds of unplanned chaos. Our warriors were separated, our ranks split as the gates twisted and hurled them across the unholy realm. Some of our warriors appeared near to gates they had walked before, but found that the vile priests had barred their way back. Then the trap was sprung, and each lone Argenta found himself set upon by bloodthirsty multitudes of demonic beasts. Let it be known that it was not the priests alone who had felled the northern armies, but one of the Sentinels' own. Hell found his weakness and exploited it to the demise of Argent-Denur. If not for the betrayer's stroke of madness, the Wraith's power would still be our own, and the Sentinel flag would still rise above Argent-Denur to this day. Alright. I believe... Alright. Alright. Yeah. Okay. So, we have to knock that down to open up the floor. So. There we go. But I'm going to show you something first. Yep. Rage from Quake 2. All right. Yeah, this is the one that if I miss this, I'll fast travel back and get it. It's tricky to get. But I will show you how to get it. That's mostly what I'm here for anyway. Show you where the secrets are. It's a let's play, but it's also just it can be used as a walkthrough, 100%. Alright, there is a soup point. Alright. Now, thing with this. Alright. I'm looking for something. Bear with me. There it is, right there. So as I fall, I have to slow myself down, and that's with the room. So this rune right here, Chrono Strike. While you fall, you aim and slow yourself down just enough to be able to dash through and get it. Let's see if I can get this. I got it. Holy cow, I usually never get that. I usually have to fast travel back and get it. But yeah, you get the Pain Elemental toy. And down we go. That secret is probably the hardest one in the game to get. Yeah, like it's a tricky one. I usually miss it that first time, and I usually have to fast travel back at the end to get it. And even then, it takes me a couple tries to get it. Alright. Nothing really under here. Yeah. That's annoying. I'm gonna have to restart my game. I have to restart it after. Alright. Shoot that. Shoot that. All right. Nothing under here. Just like the other side. Yeah. Part 14. Scattered in hell, abandoned by their clergy and reinforcements, Sentinels proved their worth in what would be their final war with the forces of all evil. Unrelenting power in the face of certain death, the Sentinels crushed hundreds of demons and skewered titans. When their Atlands held no more fuel, the Sentinels took the ground and fought the swarms on land. All of hell knew the betrayal, for it was without question the makers and the priests who had sowed the seeds of deceit long before the brave warriors passed through the gate. What hell saw that day was the beating heart of the free people of Argentina. They did not flinch in the face of their own certain death. They died as they lived, with sword and shield in hand. Urdak too low a place to house such giants. Theirs would be the fate of warrior gods, remembered for all time. Lord Sash, the stalwart banner sergeant, was found with his war standard pierced through the throat of a great beast, his body surrounded by the corpses of enemies. Roan the mighty, the light faded from his eyes, had eviscerated such a multitude that their entrails clung to the black rocks like vines. Gore, relentless until the end, had broken his blade on the backs of his foes, and by the time he fell he had slain another 2 score with his hands alone. The priests believed the sentinels all slain, but we are Argenta, born to overcome. Rumors, deemed heretical by the Order Dag, persist and claim that the Slayer himself still rages in the unholy realm. None who live can know, for the future of Argentina has been bent and twisted by the perverted vision of the essence drinkers. Never again will the light of the wraiths illuminate our world. All has fallen. If the Slayer does live, let him carry our vengeance forward. If he persists, let him wreak violence on those who have wronged us. May the blood of his sword never dry. May his war never end until the guilty have been punished. And may this evil never again spread its shadow over another world. Alright. And I've gotten everything, and the last thing is right there in front of me. And it's a mastery token. Alright, so let's see what to get. Sticky Bob is easy enough to get. Precision Bolt is done. I might do missile. The bottomless missiles, to be honest. Welcome Burst is done. Super Shotgun is done. I did not mean to do that. Honestly, I might do that one next. Yeah, let's do the micro missiles. Alright, and now we have bottomless missiles. And we'll probably do Destroyer Blade next, followed by Mobile Turret. So, alright, you guys ready to have some fun? Alright, so use it.
I'm sure you want to try out the weapon first before you leave.
Alright, so the first thing this thing, Barons, Tyrants, and Archviles. That is my go-to on what I use them on. Not even against pain elementals. Speaking of Archvile, Archviles are a pain in the ass enough. Are already enough of a pain in the ass to kill otherwise. You can also use them on these fuckers. You have to use them twice, but still a nice way to kill them. ammo back. Alright. Yeah, tyrants, archviles, barons are what I tend to use the crucible on. Alright, and that is it for Terrace Nabad. And we go back to the Fortress of Doom. We'll do that in the next video, though. So we'll get the Unmaker in the next video. And then we go to Necroval. And after we go to Necroval, we do not return to the Fortress of Doom until the final mission. So yeah. Until after the final mission. Sorry. 25 of 25 items. And there we have it. We'll see you in the next video.